The Tower of Babel is a biblical story that has been interpreted in many different ways over the centuries. Some see it as a literal account of how the different languages of the world came to be, while others see it as a more symbolic story about the dangers of pride and ambition. Regardless of how one interprets the story, it is clear that it is a powerful cautionary tale. The people of Babel were united and prosperous, but they were also arrogant and prideful. They thought that they could achieve anything they set their minds to, even if it meant challenging God Himself. God's response to the people's pride was to confuse their languages. This made it impossible for them to communicate with each other, and their grand plans for the Tower of Babel came to a crashing halt. The story of the Tower of Babel teaches us that God is in control of the world, and that He will not allow us to get away with our arrogance and pride. It also teaches us that unity is important, but that we should also be respectful of our differences. In today's world, we are more connected than ever before. We can communicate with people from all over the globe with the touch of a button. However, it is important to remember that we all come from different backgrounds and have different perspectives if we want to build a better future together. But what is the deeper meaning, symbolism, and significance of the Tower of Babel story? The Tower of Babel story is found in Genesis chapter 11, verse 1 to 9. It tells of a time when all people on earth spoke the same language. The people were united and prosperous, and they decided to build a great tower that would reach heaven. God saw what the people were doing, and He was not pleased. He knew that if they were united and had one language, they would be able to do anything they set their minds to, even rebel against Him. So God decided to confuse their language so that they would not be able to understand each other. This story is a complex story that continues to be interpreted and debated today. When the people realized that they could no longer speak to each other, they were furious. They stopped building the tower and scattered all over the earth, each group speaking their own language. This is how the different languages of the world came to be. The Tower of Babel is often seen as a symbol of human pride and ambition. It is also seen as a symbol of the dangers of unity without humility. The Tower of Babel story is significant because it teaches us about the importance of humility and unity. It also teaches us that God is in control of the world, and that He will not allow us to get away with our rebelliousness. In addition to the meaning, symbolism, and significance of the Tower of Babel story discussed above, there are a few other things to keep in mind. 1. The Tower of Babel story is not just about the diversity of human languages. It is also about the importance of communication and understanding. When the people of Babel could no longer understand each other, they were unable to work together on their project. This shows us that communication and understanding are essential for success. 2. The Tower of Babel story is a reminder that God is sovereign over His creation. He is the one who created the different languages, and He is the one who scattered the people of Babel across the earth. This shows us that we should trust in God's plan, even when we don't understand it. 3. The Tower of Babel story is a call to humility. The people of Babel wanted to make a name for themselves, but God humbled them by confusing their languages. This shows us that we should not be proud, but should instead rely on God for our strength and success. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share for more interesting biblical stories and teachings.